Oh, Jason, they won the game today. At least they won the game. At least they won the game. Man, this team stinks right now. It's like not even funny, man. What a joke. What a joke this team has been over the last 6 games or so. I'm not happy with them, and I want to get more into it, but first I want to let you guys know. First of all, if you're brand new to my channel, my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. Let's turn this down a little bit. There we go. That's a little bit better. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, enjoy the show. Before we get into this, though, if you love Phillies baseball as much as I do, even though this team stinks right now, they really do, and we'll talk about it. If you love the 76ers as much as I do, even though they're not doing so hot either, really, if you really think about it. If you like the Flyers as much as I do, or the Patriots, please make sure that you like, subscribe. I give you this content for free. So make sure that you tune in and enjoy the show. Enjoy this rant, by the way. I don't understand this team. I really don't. This team gets shut out yesterday by a score of 1-0, okay? They screw up against Corbin Burns. You knew that that was going to happen in the Milwaukee series, but to just come into Cleveland, okay? A team, with all due respect, is 500 at best. They have some nice pieces, but you just got to take the bull by the horn, man. If you see that teams in the NL East and teams around the National League are struggling, you got to take advantage of that. The Giants haven't been playing such good baseball. The Diamondbacks have been struggling. The Marlins finally ended their losing streak today and got their first win since the All-Star break. Win these games. And the fact that the fact that this team, that this offense is just as putrid as it is, I want change. That's all I ask for right now. Dial something else. Rob Thompson, man, I'm not giving him the hot seat just yet, but I will tell you this. I will tell you this right now. The seat is starting to warm up a little bit. And I truly mean that. Okay? I'm now at the point where I want Bryson Stott moved up in the lineup because I cannot take what this team is giving you offensively. They're not producing when they should be. I read a stat today that the guys that were batting 1 through 4 were like 8 for 62 in the series, and they've struck out so many times, something like that. This has to stop. I'm tired of this. The bread and butter of this team was supposed to be the offense. It was supposed to be that this team could get you runs in so many different departments. Not just the long ball, but also play better with the small ball too. Bunt guys over, steal bases, not make mistakes on the bases. They're not doing that. And now, it's funny to me because when they were on this beautiful winning streak, what was really holding the team together was the pitching. And right now, besides the Zach Wheeler outing, the pitching has not been doing so good. We'll get to Aaron Nola. Oh, don't you worry. We'll get to Aaron Nola in a little bit for sure. But the pitching hasn't been its best, and therefore the offense is failing. So when I'm looking at Rob Thompson, and when I'm looking at the lineup every day, I said to myself today, like, I'm looking at the lineup, and I'm looking at it from 1 to 9, and I'm just like, gross. Ew. I can't stand it. This is the fan in me right now, okay? So you get the broadcaster side of me, which I never really let the fan in me try to get a big part of me, if you will. Sometimes, like, I do have to let some things out, and I have to be honest with you and be a little bit of a homer at times, but this is a different side of me, okay? I am sick and tired of this offense right now. Move Trey Turner down in the lineup, okay? If Schwarber's going to DH, fine. But now I'm at the point where I understand why you had him in the leadoff spot. But I'm ready to change something, man. I can't deal with this on a night-to-night basis where this team is just leaving so many guys in scoring position. Do you realize how many times that they had the bases loaded on Friday night? 3! In what world would this offense do that? It's just unbelievable to me. They're pressing so much. Guys are still chasing after pitches. Castellanos, okay, another guy that just, he's ahead in the count, right? It's a 3-0 count. What are you swinging at? A guy that's on the mound today is not, literally today, he's throwing a lot of balls in that first inning. You know what you do? You make him work. You have to be patient at the plate. That's not the time to be aggressive. And I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't know what goes through their minds. And I'm starting to think that it's just a combination of things. It's a combination of Rob not, talking to his players about certain things and having too much trust in his players. And the other thing is that guys are just a little bit too hesitant, if that makes any sort of sense. I don't even think that did make any sort of sense. But something just has to change. And I'm done with that comment because I'm really just sick and tired of this. Jake Cave, okay, he's not. He cannot be your left fielder. This changes everything about the trade deadline right now. Dombrowski has to go get a left fielder. If Bryce Harper is going to be your first baseman, which I'm not opposed to it at all whatsoever, I think that that's fine. You have to get a left fielder. You need another bat in this lineup that can produce. That's what has to happen. Schwarber can't be playing out there every day. You need a left fielder that can get you some pop in the bat, that can do some really good damage on the bases. Try to move somebody else down in the lineup and have whoever you get be a top 3 hitter. Because clearly, this top of the lineup, they're not clicking. And they should be able to, but they're not. And the pitching, in my opinion, has actually covered or masked this offense in a lot of ways. JT Realmuto has not been good this year. I expected a lot more out of JT, man. He's been chasing after pitches. He only had that one good stretch of baseball. Oh, but Jason, he had a big 2-run home run in Friday night's game. Yeah, well, did that win you the game? Because let's be honest with ourselves, how many times has JT actually come through when the team has needed him the most? Not once. The game that he had the cycle, they lost the game. I care about results. And if I'm not seeing something, I demand change. And it's been a long period of time now. I've been patient, and I'm starting to lose my mind. And I hate this feeling because I love this team. I do. But there has to be changes, and something has to be said. And I know Rob is not going to do that because that's not in his DNA, but it's so frustrating. Where do you want me to go? Aaron Nola. Yeah, Aaron Nola. Hey, he had besides the third inning and besides the first 3 innings, he looked pretty good out there, so you kind of have to give that to him. Are we really going down this road? Are we trying to just hunt for things and just not focus on the problem at hand? Aaron Nola this year has been abysmal as the number 2 guy. we've been talking about this for so long now where it's like not even funny. This guy seriously has a problem with the pitch clock. And when runners get on base, he just folds. I don't understand. I don't get it. If he's your number 4 guy, that's a problem because you're paying him a lot of money. That's number 1. And number 2, they don't have anybody else that can be that number 2 guy. Ranger's been really struggling in the month of July. And I hope that he's better in his next outing and that he does a little bit of a better job. Walker's been doing okay. But if Walker's now your second best pitcher, that's not a recipe for success. But just because Nola threw 4 good innings after the 3 bad ones, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that whatsoever because that's not who Aaron Nola was supposed to be. You were supposed to have 2 top pitchers, 2 top 10 pitchers in the league, in Zach Wheeler and Aaron Nola coming into this season. Okay, the pitch clock stuff at the very beginning, yes, you're getting used to the timing. You know, you made it all the way to the World Series. You never expected to play in November for baseball, and the tiring on the arm, like the miles on the tires, like I understand that, but then there comes a time where you have to snap out of it. And Aaron Nola has been James Harden-esque. I said it right here. Some days he's really dominant when he wants to be dominant, and other days he just melts. He loses his command with his fastball. His slider's up in the zone. The knuckle curve is not curving to the extent that it should be. Part of that does go on JT at times, but another part of it literally just goes on himself. We have to hold him accountable, and we have to hold everybody else accountable that is making this team lose these games. I understand that the bullpen right now is limited. Okay, Craig Kimbrell had a hiccup today. Is that Rob Thompson's fault? No. Does Kimbrell have to be better? Yes. Should he have thrown the fastball? No, but sometimes that just happens. And you have to tip your cap. Alvarado's not there. Sir Anthony's not there. Right? This bullpen is a little bit not so flexible at the moment. But I also realize that Junior Marte, even though he hasn't been so consistent, that was the right decision, and it worked for Rob Thompson. I was very scared, and if this team would have gotten swept, I think that I have an even different feeling about this team right now. But man, I'm just thinking about Rob and just the feel of the game. I don't understand. He's not pushing the right buttons when it comes to the offense. Okay, sometimes maybe you should move Trey Turner down a little bit. Like, don't think about that as a punishment. You have to do what's best for the team. And you need a little bit of some reaction, okay? Larry said today that I wish that Rob Thompson, when he's going out there to argue with the umpires, showed a little bit of energy. And you know why? Because maybe that could spark the team, right? Maybe that could be something that the team could use as fuel, you know? And if he gets ejected and if he starts yelling out his frustration, maybe that could be something that's beneficial. Because something has to change. The attitude, the mindset, right? Your guys aren't performing. You're the leader of the team. You got to be at the top of your game. And Rob has not been at the top of his game. During the winning streak, he was pressing the right buttons when it came to the pitching. But the offense, at times, he's still sticking to these lineups. I don't like these matchup stuffs, man. Like, can we just have a consistent lineup every day? And maybe I'm being a little bit too nitpicky here. I don't know. I understand that. I totally get that this team at times, you know, does have to change the lineup because you got to get JT off of his feet. I understand that, right? Harper has to get off of his feet at times. I understand that too, but I would just like some sort of consistency Bowman's switching from first to third, right? Like, can we just have a third baseman or a first baseman that's just there every freaking day? Some normalcy? I'm watching Stephen Kwan get opposite field base hits. Man, he's a good player. I like Stephen Kwan a lot. But, like, you have literally David Fry out there that's, like, getting base hits left and right off of you. These guys are doing a good job at, beating you at your own game. They're playing small ball. They're coming through with nice base hits, even, or not into extra innings. But you know what I'm saying? That's what this team has to do. They're not doing that. And it is just so frustrating from the eye perspective because I have to watch this every single day. I don't let the fan in me get to me because I focus more on the broadcasting side of things. And sometimes, of course, I'll make a little comment. That pitch wasn't outside. That was over the plate. Or that pitch was a little bit too much inside. Should that have been called a strike? No. I'll definitely give my 2 cents on things. But just like, you guys have the right of expressing your frustration and your joy when the team is doing really well. I can't do that when I'm broadcasting because I have that broadcasting thinking cap on. This is the time for me to vent. This is the time for me to just pour out my emotions and just demand for change. Dombrowski, I hope you're picking up the phones, man. You better be picking them up. If Shohei Ohtani's available, you better go for him. If Juan Soto is available, you better go for him. I need another bat in this lineup because I cannot stand watching this offense. And if it's now outfielder over pitcher, I think you know what I'm going with right here now. You got to be raking the baseball. Anyhow, I want to open it up to you guys. I want to hear what your thoughts are about this team. All right. I think that we've went pretty long enough. I will say one more thing. If I have to choose between Derek Hall, Cody Clemens, or another first baseman, it has to be Cody, man. But I'm tired of platoon players. I don't like it. I want an everyday starter, either out at first base or in left field, and preferably in left field. Because Schwarber can't be playing the field every day. It sickens me that it's gotten to this point. But JJ, everybody else is losing in the in the National League. The Phillies have a shot. I don't care about any of those other teams except for my team that I watch every day. Ugh, it's brutal. I'm happy that they won today. A win is a win. But I'm not comfortable with how they won today. That's not a recipe for success. They left the bases loaded in the bottom of the 10th. They had so many opportunities to capitalize on runs, and yet they still just find ways to end the innings with runners in scoring position. It's not funny. Let's go over to the phones. Let's go to the callers, man. Okay, let's make this full screen. All right, if you guys want to come on in, please make sure that you join the Discord server down below. I'd love to take your phone calls. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. I'm definitely not happy about this team. On Ball says, you're the man, JJ. This is all. Love you, brother. I love you too, man. And I'm just pissed off with this Phillies team. But, I appreciate you for coming on here, for sure. man, I just feel like at this point, like, you play tomorrow night, okay, you go up against the Baltimore Orioles, like, you're coming back to the bank, and what you really have to do is you need to show the home crowd why they should buy in again. I know that they won a lot of games before, and they were on a really good streak, and now they're starting to play not so good baseball. But this team is just a lot better than what they're giving you, and you have a right as a customer, as somebody that's paying for the product that you're seeing on TV, okay, that you're listening from me, that you're going to games, you know, like you're paying for something, whether it's money, whether it's time, and you as a fan have every single right to complain about the offense right now because it's not clicking. It's not. Ranger has to be better, though. Aaron Nola has to be better. There's no doubt about it. But the main bread and butter of this team is the top dogs. The Bryce Harpers. The Bryce Harpers. He had a big clutch hit tonight, and he's been doing a lot better job at coming through in the clutch. And I love that. And I definitely want to ride with that. But Nick Castellanos is struggling. I mean, like, when was the last time he got, like, a really big hit? It's been a little bit of time now. Alec Boehm's not consistent. Bryson Stott's doing a really good job. Kyle Schwarber's striking out left and right. They're just so streaky. And JT's swinging after pitches. You have every right to be upset. You do. I'm frustrated. I'm baffled. And I don't know what to do. And this is me just coming on here just venting because this is my platform that I use to do that sort of stuff. We celebrate the highs. We argue about the lows. And we share our opinion on things. Because we don't hide anything on here. So. We'll be back at it tomorrow, though. Hopefully they get back into the win column, even though they ended a 4-game losing streak today. Hopefully these wins will be good. And they play really good baseball at home. That's all we can hope for right now. Because if they lose this series to Baltimore, and they go into Pittsburgh not playing so well, it may be time to hit the panic button. I'm just saying. In regards to fandom of this team. But I'm also not really in my clear headspace right now because I'm just so dialed in on this. I was having a conversation tonight. Go check it out with Mitch Kofsky. We're talking about the Sixers. And I was thinking that maybe the Sixers would help me take my mind off of this team. That really didn't help me that much either because I totally forgot about how upset I was at the whole franchise and James Harden and just how they played in the playoffs. I totally forgot where I was at, and I knew that there was a reason why I didn't want to talk about them for such a long time. And that didn't help me at all. Phillies are not doing so good. Oh, let's talk about the Sixers. Oh, let's talk about the Patriots. The only good thing to talk about right now is the Flyers. And the Flyers aren't even ready to compete at a very high level yet. But anyhow, I think that's going to wrap things up here. We're going to close up shop tonight. If you guys want to come on in the future, please make sure that you do so by commenting down below, joining the live stream on Discord, and coming on for the Phillies post-series podcast after every single series. All right. We're going to sign off. My name is Jason Joseph, and I will catch you all on the next one. I hope you all have yourselves a great night. Let's get back at it tomorrow, I guess.